Hi, and welcome back to my channel. First of all, thanks very much to all my new subscribers. The channel does seem to be growing quite nicely now, so thanks to everybody. Anyone's got any suggestions or comments, then please leave me a comment, and feel free to use the email address I put on my profile as well. So what I've got today, this again has come in from my YouTube channel. Someone's requested a shortwave radio, so I sort of racked my brains and had a look through what I've got, and gave him a few options, and he's gone with this one, which is a Hacker Helmsman. I've explained it needs restoration. Unfortunately, somebody's had a go at it before, and not myself. I bought it in this state. Really is a fixer-upper. But I've managed to get some info. There's plenty of information out there on these on the net, although I can't find specific information on this particular model because this is one of the later ones. The earlier ones used the AF series transistors. This one is one of the later ones with the lock fit transistors, which can be just as troublesome. So I've been on the Hacker Radio forum, the Yahoo forum, and downloaded a couple bits of information. So it's got 5 wave bands. Look, it's got 3 shortwave bands, and one of these is a marine mobile band. If you can see that, that's probably a bit better. Let's get you in on the dial plate. So yeah, we've got long wave, medium wave, shortwave 1, 2 and 3. There's no FM on this radio, even though you've got the aerial on it. Aerial is purely for shortwave. Let's say they are really nice radios, and again, if you look at the front, it looks like a Herald, but instead of bass and treble, you've got band spread and treble, which is certainly unique to this. And the other thing on these radios, compared to the Heralds, is there's no padding in the Rexine finish at all. It's really stuck nice and tight. Looks really neat on these. So yeah, that's a quick overview. The shortwave, everybody seems to be interested in shortwave at the moment. It's really taken off. It'll do 3 bands, as I say. We've got 63 to 190 meters, which is 1.58 to 4.75 megahertz. Zoom back out a bit. It does 21 to 63 meters, which is 4.74 to 14.3. So you've got the 20 meter amateur band in there as well, which is good. And well, you've got the 40 meter amateur band in that, so it's quite a band spread. So you definitely need this band spread control. I mean, any of these shortwave radios, likes of the R707s and the Roberts 727, you haven't got that fine tuning ability. This one you have, so that is worth its weight in gold. That one, again, you'll have seen that control on the Super Sovereign. Very similar. Yeah, the last band is 9.75 to 25 meters, 10.92 to 30.64. So as I say, it's fairly unique in that it's got this marine mobile band in it. It's specifically marked, and I think this was aimed at sort of travellers. And it uses, it says U2, I think it's C cells, as we call them. Let's have a quick look in the back. It might be the big ones. Is it the big ones? Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, so it's trash a place. Put it the right way around. Yeah, so it uses 8 D cells. It's just some rechargeable ones. So the reason for that was back when these were made, they were using PP9s, which aren't available in a lot of places. I've had some of my subscribers say to me that in the States and places like that you cannot get PP9s. So I should think that's coming to us at some stage. So that's a useful thing. You'll notice there that's not the original battery tray. Someone's managed to mould one out of something, so that's interesting. So yeah, you've got normal long wave, medium wave on it. You've got some outputs. Look, you've got a tape output, external aerial for long wave and medium wave, not short wave. And over here you've got an external shortwave aerial socket and a headphone socket. So, you know, very different in its day. So, things that need doing, and you've probably seen the front grille. The front grille should be striped right the way across. So all these little things are going to have to be hand painted in. That's going to take me forever. It does need a bit of straightening as well, so I'm not sure if that will come out. I'm hoping I can get that grille out because it's unique to this model, so I can't just swap one from a different hacker onto it. So that's the first thing. I'm hoping that that'll come off. The Rexine in the handle looks like, I don't know what's happened to that. It may well have been glued together in two sections originally, and maybe the heat has stretched it. But anyway, that's going to need a new piece of Rexine in there. Luckily I have still got some somewhere, so I'm going to be able to do that bit. It's got the end caps for the handles, which are hard to come by. They get knocked off and lost. The aerial. Now the aerial is not an original, but it is a very good quality aerial, and it's a monster. It's huge. So that one will stay. The only difference between this one and the original aerial is that if I can get the camera to move, that is. Yeah, so the only difference between this one and the original aerial is there's no knuckle joint on this one. But really, for shortwave, do you need a knuckle joint on the aerial? Maybe, I don't know, but most people that listen to shortwave probably wouldn't listen to it on this aerial anyway. It's they would just clip an external wire aerial onto it. There goes my phone again, sorry about that, John. Anyway, this is another issue, is the back. Get you back down again. Yeah, the back of this radio isn't great really. Someone has cobbled in, it's a metal, I don't know where they've got it, a metal grill. So that doesn't look particularly good. It's better than a big gaping hole in it. You can see that the like scrim material in the back is all faded with the sunlight. Of course, we've got new holes been put in this to fix this one. Just let me get you an actual hacker one. You can see if I did take that grill off and fit this one, I've still got 4 holes to sort out. And down the bottom here, I don't know what's been got up with that, whether someone's drilled a hole in it and filled it with something, I don't know. So basically this back is either got to be changed for another one, which again, because it's not got the foam padding, I haven't got another back. I've got some with the foam padding. I suppose I could take one off and strip the foam padding off and then try and glue it back, but that'd be a mess. It just wouldn't work. So it's going to have to be recovered. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. I've never recovered one of these before. I've never recovered any radio. It's one of those jobs that's a real pig. So that's so far the external issues. Is that grill. Aerial's not original, but I'm not really too worried about that. The skirt's got a little bit of a bend on it, but that'll come out. So this back panel, now the other thing is inside, so obviously this has been got out. I took that off previously because some Aspires was working on one of these and wanted to know what the component layout was inside this little can. But as I say, this is the more modern version. So issues in here then. Firstly, we've got this. So someone has made a battery tray. Now looking at it, it will work. It's not a bad job. I don't know how they've done it. They must have got a mould and heated up something and pushed it in there. I don't know, but it is split down on this corner here. You can see that. That's why this duct tape is around it. It's just holding it in place. So that's not brilliant. It's not the end of the world if it's got to go out with it, but I'm going to see if I can get something for that. The other thing that's very strange is this. This is the shelf that holds the audio amp in. Let's just pop that out a minute. Socket, input socket, and the speaker connections. Yeah, somebody has very cleverly, actually, it's very neat. Somebody's cut one out of perspex, quite thick perspex. Look, put some little bits of insulator in there just to stop it vibrating. I expect these caps, especially the 400 microfarads ones, could well be dodgy because that one's lifted a little bit. So I think its guts are coming out in underneath. That's not a technical term. It looks like we've got a new transistor in there as well. This would have probably had lock fits in it. That looks like a new one. BC 108, yeah, so I expect this one suffered from a bit of noise, like the Super Sovereign I did. So yeah, it's usually T1 as well, the first one. Looks like T3 has been done as well, because I don't think that's a standard one. Certainly that heatsink normally clips on the back here on these. At least it's got a heatsink. Saying that, I don't think originally they did have heatsinks. So yeah, definitely this one's been worked on. I wouldn't say badly, because at the moment, I mean, the workmanship's nice. Somebody's just tried to save the radio, I think, which is not a bad thing. Otherwise, inside, ferrite rod area is all in one piece. It's not been glued or anything, which is good news. Nice long ferrite area, that one as well, so this one's going to give pretty good reception. As I say, there's the replacement antenna, nice solid, good quality one. Looks like one of the ones from Maplin's, but I might just lower it down a bit just to make it look a bit nicer. So, with all that in mind, let's have a look at my other one. I can say I've got a lot of radios in here. Now this is the one that you saw in the shortwave shootout. So let's say Ariel's probably the original one on this one, I would think. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's not as long. Definitely not as long. It needs a bit of cleaning, that area as well. Starting to get a bit of surface rust on it. So yeah, this is what I meant about the grill. Let's get you in a bit closer. again, this was not restored. This is just how I got this one. You can see it. You've got like a stripe that runs across, and all they've done is just painted in the cross piece. So I'm going to need to do that on this radio. I'm not looking forward to that. So that's to do. It looks like this cloth is pretty bad underneath this one. It's all gone white. I'm assuming it would have been black originally. We'll know when we take it apart. But yeah, the comparison is, obviously this is the normal grill for these. Let's get you back out. Sorry, I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, this is the original shelf. It's just like a 1/4 inch ply. And this is pretty much the same thickness.